We're live. King Maguno. We're back. So this is the third episode of our podcast, and the aim of this podcast, I started it so I can help you become the best version of yourself. And how are we gonna do that? How do you become the best version of yourself? I wanna show you guys through following rich people habits, following tech trends, and leaning into challenges and pursuing passions. So the third episode of our podcast is how to deal with procrastination. A friend of mine just asked me right before I recorded this video to do some research on it. But I realized that based off what I already know, I'm just gonna say what's on my mind on the topic of procrastination. How to deal with it, right? Okay, first thing that based off research that I had done, I've known that I came across one really effective way that rich people use. It's basically a to-do list. I took it from Rich Habits and Poor Habits. The author Thomas E. Colley, he discovered that rich people have to-do lists because they're sort of like your personal assistant. A to-do list is your personal assistant that makes you do things you don't want to do. So that's a really good way. I'm working from experience. I have a to-do list every day, and I just take it off as I'm going. So a to-do list is a really, really good method. That's why I put it first on the list. It's been tried and tested by rich people. They use that. Another good way to deal with procrastination is using a calendar. I came across the calendar because I follow a YouTube channel called alax.com. This is where future billionaires come to get inspired. That's their actual slogan. So they had a video where they're talking about top 10. 15 actually. My bad. 15 tools rich people use, and I believe in the top 3 there. The calendar was in the top 3. And I've been using a calendar ever since 2020. Yeah, I've been using a calendar. I stopped using a diary. I'm not really a fan of a diary. I'd rather prefer like a weekly planner because I like to see a bird's eye view of what's going on. Diaries are not really my thing, but calendars really work well for me. They make me very efficient. Whenever I set up a meeting with someone, I put it in my calendar immediately on my phone. So I put it on my iPhone. I put it in there. If I'm on my MacBook, I put it on my MacBook. I put it on there. It's one ecosystem. Boom, ready to go. And whatever task I have to do, I slot it in there. But these are not enough. I don't really think these are enough to basically deal with procrastination, because I'm not gonna lie, I would have to do lists and calendars and still procrastinate. What you need to do to stop procrastinating is another tool I've picked up is not answering unscheduled calls. But give me a second, hold on, bear with me, because I know a lot of people are gonna grill me on this one. Not answering unscheduled calls it depends, because sometimes you have to answer unscheduled calls because they're clients that want to pay you and give you work. I get that, but and you know what I'm saying, someone might be calling you to give you a job. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is it's one method that sometimes does work for me, because there are times where, it depends who's calling as well. Some people that are calling me, they're wasting my time, and I know they're gonna waste my time, right? I can tell. So I usually say, please text me, because sometimes I'm so busy doing something that I can't, now answer this call. I just cannot. It's a priority task that I'm working on. So what I wanted to say is that's another one. Not answering unscheduled calls, definitely. Another thing on how to another good way on how to deal with procrastination is learning how to say no. Learning how to say no. One of the reasons I should have actually put this on my how to deal with stress list. Learning how to say no is really, it helps with both. People who suffer from stress, they don't know how to say no. It's most likely, they're more likely to struggle with not knowing how to say no. And but learning how to say no also helps with dealing with procrastination, because then you're giving yourself less commitments. You're overcommitting less, which is a huge problem. It is a big one of the biggest contributors of procrastination is overcommitting to things you shouldn't be overcommitting to. So that's another one. I'm gonna add on the list that and what else? Which is another way to do with a good way to do with procrastination? It's setting boundaries. But I'm gonna be more specific. I'm talking about now. Okay, not just in life, but I mean with your phone as well. Like with my phone, the nice thing about my phone, the iPhone has a setting where you can put limiters on your apps. So like a limiter for the day. Because not just me, but I've actually checked. I spend about 4 hours on Instagram a day, and that's pretty scary. I don't know how much it's at right now, but last time I checked, which is okay, that was a while back, probably like last year. It was 4 hours a day, and that's alarming. So just imagine. I mean, I'm not even supposed to be on social media at times, but I am. I'm guilty of that. I'll admit that. But it's something that that really I procrastinate by going on social media. But one thing I need to start doing again. I just remembered now, and this is a good thing about this podcast. It just helped me remember. Oh, that's great. That just helped me remember that I actually need to set reminders and limiters on my apps, so I can focus and prioritize on the important tasks. Because I mean, that's what lunch is for, you know. You can meditate at lunch and go on social media and stuff. So one of the things that's definitely putting those limiters. It helps a lot. So one other way that I'm trying to think of another way to deal with procrastination. But yeah, I think that's all that's right on my mind right now. I honestly think that another way, a good way to deal with procrastination is basically taking cold showers. And I say this because but it also depends on the type of procrastination, you know. You get different types of procrastination. You get a procrastination of where you're afraid to do something. And the cold showers, from what I've realized, is if you can take a cold shower, that being able to do something that uncomfortable, it helps you when you're now approaching wanting to do something difficult that you're afraid to do. Which is, in a nutshell, facing your fears and doing something that you're not comfortable doing. But another thing that I've realized that helps me also deal with procrastination, that's really helped me, and I'm thank goodness I remembered now. It's hanging out with like for example with me, my guys. When I get that testosterone, right? boost from hanging out with my guys. Like I try to hang out with a very close friend of mine, cousin as well, very trusted colleague of mine, cousin. He would tell me, give me really good advice, right? Really, really good advice. In fact, he recently told me that you need to align your strategy with your reality. And he speaks highly of The Art of War, which he says I led him to, which I don't remember doing, but hey, I probably did, because I've read so many books. Some of them I don't even remember them. But The Art of War, it definitely is in my subconscious, because I end up applying some of the things in it without even knowing that I'm applying them. So I believe him. He doesn't lie or sugarcoat with me. So yeah, I know he's probably right. But all I can say is, me hanging out with him, we are able to sharpen each other. One of the greatest good phrase I like is iron sharpens iron. We sharpen each other. He taught me a lot about from a book that a great book that I'm going to recommend, The Way of the Superior Man. I'm not the only one to highly recommend this book. I'm sure I'm not. I know I'm not. Hafiz from is it The Roommates on YouTube as well, also highly recommends it. So the book, just to summarize it, is saying you should be transparent and open. And these are some of the things. From the book, I am transparent and open. Okay, cool. But then, as a human, I end up forgetting to be that way. This cousin of mine, right? We would freestyle and rap together. He's what is it? Yeah, Prophecy. Yeah. Not that I forgot his name. I was just reluctant to say it. I don't even know why. But anyways, yeah, he's giving me a lot of advice on. He's just always there to remind me that you should remain transparent. Because sometimes we forget, but you need those accountability partners, keyword accountability partners. I think that accountability is definitely, I don't know if it's going to be a new point, but accountability is very important. Look, let's not even make this about points, because like I said, I'm just literally sharing my thoughts, however they are going to be arranged or received. That's not always up to me, but accountability is very important. It's another, you need accountability partners. A to-do list is definitely that. I covered it there as well. So yeah, another thing, I think there's another really good point I just remembered now that helps with procrastination. Helps, or that procrastination doesn't like. It definitely does not like this. Whenever you go to bed, and I took this from the CEO routine that I got from BuzzFeed YouTube video. So BuzzFeed took a few employees, I think 3 or 4, and they put them through a CEO routine. So they took Steve Jobs, Arianna Huffington, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg. They took all of their routines and made them into one routine. This is, I'm so happy, thank goodness I'm mentioning this on the list. This is a very good way to deal with procrastination, because it helped me. I was procrastinating. I started my honors degree in 2011 and I only finished in 2018. But why was I able to finish? I'll tell you why. It's because of the CEO routine. The CEO routine helped me. Oh my goodness, it disciplined me. Okay, I disciplined myself, but it helped me become disciplined, not procrastinate, and finish my honors degree. That CEO routine, I'm definitely gonna share it, put the link in the description, because I speak very Look, I'm not even going to say highly because I keep saying highly. I need to use it. I want to find another word. I want to use another word. That routine helped me graduate. The CEO routine. I'm going to put it in, I don't know who made it, but I'm assuming it's BuzzFeed. I could be wrong. Maybe it was someone else. But that routine helped me finish and not procrastinate. It helped me beat procrastination and graduate, get my honors degree, and move on with my life. In the routine, what you do is before you sleep, you write down 3 things you want to accomplish tomorrow. And before you sleep, you basically, you put away your social media, all these other things, because they actually help you sleep. And focus on what's important. Sleep and dimming the lights and all that. So and then when you wake up, you go through you plan your day. You go through those things, pretty much. So it sets you up. Every time I do that, I go through my 3 things that I actually need to do that before I sleep. Every time you do that, you need to make sure that what am I trying to say? Whenever you write the 3 things down from experience, whenever I wrote them down, what would happen is, and then I review them before I start my day, I usually, without fail, accomplish those 3 things. If not all of them, at least 2, minimum 2. It works. It works. It really works. So those are my remedies and solutions to the procrastination problem. They work for me. Some of them work for others, not just me, but everything I mentioned on the list, I've actually tried it and it works. I've done the self-experimentation part, and I tell you right now, they all work. So that's the end of this podcast. So I think right now I am about to I'm gonna end the podcast here. And the video is also sponsored by a good boy again. So I'm gonna end this video here, and I'm gonna get out of here. Get yourself some merch. That's if it's not sold out. I don't know if it's still available, but I'm gonna put the information on if you want to buy good boy stuff. But I'm ending the video here because one thing that I've noticed is that one thing I'm actually trying to end the video now. So what I'm gonna say is that I think another thing that helps with procrastination is getting a watch. Like I'm wearing a G-Shock. I don't know, I've always wanted a G-Shock, especially a blacked out one. I've always wanted this specific one because I've always wanted to be in the military. I've always wanted to be a special forces soldier. But then now I'm too old to get in the Namibian army. I wouldn't mind getting into the British one, if I could. That'd be awesome. I would definitely not mind at all. So, but at the end of the day, look, a watch really helps because, come on. I time myself. I give myself limits, stuff like that. And I think I should actually start timing myself when I'm doing these podcasts and talking. But then maybe not. We'll see. But all I can say is a watch helps a lot because you're able to to be on time. There's a book. I didn't read it. I just read the back. It's How to Become a CEO. One of the things it said is you need to be 45 minutes early. So if you have a watch, you can be early, 45 minutes early. And come on, how rich and successful people, people that are efficient, how they respect time. The greatest leaders, So this is very important, having a watch. It's really gonna beat your procrastination, no question about it, no doubt. So as for me, it's time. It's that time. And just remember, like I said, like I always say, what's the best thing that can happen? Well, there's only one way to find out. King Maguno, signing out.